So under this text editor, I want to add another section, not a container. So I'm going to click this plus button right here. So I'm going to search for HTML and then add the HTML widget. And then I can add custom HTML code. HTML is beyond the scope of this tutorial, and for most websites, you're not going to actually have to add custom code. But if you want something dynamic, it can help. Okay, I just pasted in some code here, and full disclosure, I just used an LLM to create this code. I did do some minor modifications just to make sure it looked exactly how I wanted. So if you are new to HTML, there's still options if you want to add something custom to your site. You can just use an LLM like ChatGPT or something like that to create that. So now let's see what it looks like. So I'm gonna go to View Page. I already clicked Publish, and is it Monday? No. Enjoy your Thursday. Now let's just test what it would be like. It is actually Thursday when I'm recording this, but let's test what it would be like if it was Monday. So let me go back to edit. And if I go into this, I can just say, oh, it's looking for if it's the first day of the week in this if statement. Well, I'll just say that Monday is the fourth day of the week. And if I click publish, I can go to a view page, and then we can see, oh, it says yes, if it is Monday. Okay, now let's see how to make some additional modifications. So let me go back to Edit with Elementor, and I don't need to be showing the structure anymore. I'm actually going to change this text to, I thought about deleting the text, but I'm just going to do a page that does what it says. And I'm going to change the margin so this lines up differently. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Now I'll change the code and fix it so it's what it should be here. So let's see what else we want to change on our page. One, we're going to update this menu. So we'll have an about page, which we're going to make some modifications to. In the services page, we're going to change to Monday memes, and then we will have a contact page. So let's update these sections of the page. To update this menu, it's going to be a little different. So the top menu, we don't edit with Elementor. Also, we don't edit with Customize. So Customize, we can change different sections about the header, but we can't actually change the list of items in this header because this is just its own section called a primary menu where it says home, about, services, contact. That is the primary menu. So there's a few ways to edit this menu. We can click configure menu from here, and then we're on the main menu right here. We can do edit menu, and then we can change things on here. But a more common way to use it that gives you a little more features and a little more options is to use the WordPress admin page. So I'm just going to go to this WordPress dashboard, and we are going to update the menu. So I'm going to go to Appearance and then Menus, and then we can change the different menus. In this case, the main menu. If we want, we can actually move this stuff around. So it'll be home, services, about, contact. And this is going to change the order. We can also add items. If we had other pages, we could add to the menu. And I'm actually going to create another page that I can add to the menu. First of all, we'll just save this so we made that change. And I'm going to go to Pages. Now, posts is when you're going to add or modify blog posts, but we're going to be dealing with pages here. So here are all the pages that we already have in our website, and this services page, we're not going to have a services page. Now I could just edit this and change the title to the page we want, which is going to be Monday memes, but we can also just delete this page and add a new one, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click trash, and so we've deleted that page. Now I can add a new page. So we'll just go to the top, add new page, and then we can see a WordPress editor right within the page. So there's a few different editors you can use within WordPress. So this is the block editor. We also have the Elementor editor. So we can just go through this, and this will kind of show you how to use the block editor. And we can add different blocks. You can kind of choose how you want to actually create the page. You want to use this block editor, or we can just click the edit with Elementor, and we can use the way that we've already been making pages before, which we are going to edit this page. But first, let's go back because we want to make sure we add in the title of the page. So I'm going to go to these three little dots, rename, and put Monday memes. It automatically updates the link to Monday memes. And so I'm going to publish it. So it basically save what we've done so far, but I'm also going to go to edit with Elementor. And now we can add different sections. So we're going to add a heading, which is just going to be called Monday memes. And then I'm going to add a section here. I'm going to hit plus, and we can choose whether we want grid or flexbox. So we're going to add flexbox. Flexbox is going to work a little better for different types of devices. It's going to be more responsive. So whether someone has a mobile device or a desktop device will still look good. And I'm just going to add this where there's 4 different sections that we can put something, and we're just going to put an image in each one. So I'm going to add an image, and I'll upload the files. And then I'm just going to add the different image in each one. And when you're adding an image, it's often good to put in alt text. So this will appear for screen readers, or screen readers will read the alt text if someone's can't actually see the image. But also if the image doesn't load, it can show the alt text. And so it's just good to add alt text for each image that you add. So say it's a meme saying it's Monday again. Whoops, that's not where we wanted to put it, but that's okay. It's super easy to delete it. And actually, I'm supposed to just drag it right into here. So I just drag the image right into this spot. So let's just quickly do it again. And luckily, the alt text stays there because it's going to be the same alt text no matter how often we put this image in here. Okay, now I'm just going to add images for the rest of these. Okay, we got this page created, so I can click publish. And one thing, if we go to view page, we can see the page, Monday memes, and it has the different images we just added. But one problem is we don't see it within our menu. One thing we notice about our menu is that it no longer says services because we deleted services, but it doesn't have the meme page. So let's add that. Also, we can see that it's showing the old logo here. So let's get all that fixed. So I'm going to close this window for now. We'll go to exit to WordPress. And now we can go back to appearance, menus. And so now the services page is still in this menu, even though we deleted it. So we can just delete this. So let's just do this drop down menu here. I can go to remove. Now I can add the new page. So we'll go to view all, Monday memes, and then add to menu. And it'll just appear at the bottom. Let's move it right below the home. We don't want a sub item, so we have to make sure it goes correctly there. And then we can save the menu. Okay, let's see how this looks so far. So Monday memes. So we still have the problem of redesigning the rest, and we can see that when we go to Monday memes, it's not showing the right logo there. So that's simple enough to fix. I'll just go to customize, and I'll click into this menu, and then I'm going to go where it says site title and logo, click there, and now we can change the logo. And we'll go back, we'll go to the light logo here. Or actually, this should probably be the dark logo. And let's just make sure that we still have the light logo on the other parts, on the other pages. And we'll make the logo just a little smaller. Okay, good. And now one thing I've noticed is it still says this love nature everywhere. So it says love nature. You can see in the title it says love nature. So we need to get that fixed. I think I already fixed it, but I must have not saved it. We can go back to the WordPress admin page, go to settings, and then we're going to change the site title. I think what happened is that after we installed the theme, it updated the title, which we had already changed. So we'll do is it Monday today? And learn if it is Monday. And everything else should still be correct. So save changes. And then if we go to the site, we'll be able to see, is it Monday today? It says, is it Monday today? Oh, and then it has our slogan that we put in, learn if it is Monday. Okay, we're getting close. So you now know how to do a lot of changes, but let's just finish up the About page and the Contact page. So I'm going to go to the About page, and then we'll just do Edit with Elementor. So I'm going to do the 6 dots here, go to Style, and then we can choose an image. We'll just use the same image we're using on the other page, but now it's going to say About Us. So let's go through and change the text and update this to what we want for our page. And we'll change this image. We'll add our mission statement. And then instead of our values, it'll be our story. Okay, so we have our mission, we have our story, and then we'll put a quote here. I hate Mondays. That's actually a popular quote from Garfield. I'm talking about the cartoon cat here. So let's just update this image. Okay, I hate Mondays from Garfield. Okay, looks good. We'll publish that and then on to the contact page. And another way to get to the contact page is to hit this drop-down box here. We can go right to contact. Now the contact page will have some things that are a little different because we're going to use a form here. So let me first change the image. So I have to open the menu on the side here, and we can hit the 6 dots, and then we'll choose the image. So let's update some of this stuff. First of all, we're only going to have an email. We're not going to have a phone number or a location. So I can go here, and I can either change it here or in the menu here. bo@isitmondaytoday.com, and then we can just delete these other pages or these other sections. But we can also add our social media links. So right now there's just 3 here, but we can add more of these social icons. I can add as many social icons as I want. So let me click the Twitter one, and then I can put the link to my Twitter, which is actually not Twitter anymore. So I'm gonna go to icon library, and then we're gonna change it to the X logo. Then I can go down to Instagram and take that one off. I can go to YouTube and then add the YouTube link. Okay, we'll go right to the FreeCodeCamp YouTube channel. And we don't need this section right here. We don't need any pictures of anybody, so I'm just gonna X that out. And now we just have to update our form. So if I click here, we can see I can't actually edit anything on here. And it says it's entering a short code, WP Forms ID 16. So to actually update this form, we have to do it somewhere else. Now we can do some updates, like if we go to advanced, I can change some padding, margin, but we can't actually change anything about the fields on the form here. So let me show you how we can change the fields on the form. So first of all, I'm going to publish this to kind of save what we've done here. And I'm going to go back to WordPress and go back to WordPress again. Oh, let me just save this. And I can go to WP Forms, all forms, and then we have the contact form. And you can see it says short code WP Forms ID equals 16. That's what we just saw on the other menu. So let me edit this form. Okay, now we can change what things that we want in this form. Right now we have the name, email address, and message. But let's add something else. I'm going to add, these are all the different things that we can add, and we're going to add a drop down. So I'm just going to put it right here, and now we can edit the different choices. So we'll have a few choices: Monday verification, Monday meme submission, Monday support group, and let's add one more: other day related confusion. Those are probably the only things that someone would want to contact me about. And we could make it required, but we're not going to. And then there's some other settings we can set up. Like we can set that we can change the form name, what's on the submit button. We can change the confirmation message if we go to this confirmation tab. So there's a lot of settings we can do. But for now, let's save this. And we'll go back to our site, go back to the contact form, and we can see now we have this drop down. Now it does say this word drop down, which I don't think we want that. So we can go and change that. But there's another way to get to it. I can just click this WP form here, go to contact form and edit form. That's another way to get to it. So we see where it says drop down here. I'm going to go to the settings for the drop down, go to advanced. If we go to the bottom, I can do hide label. And there's some other different settings we can do as well. I'm going to save this. And then we can just go back to our page. And let's test out the email just to make sure this works. Okay, your site says it's not money. I just want to make sure. And then we get this message after we do the form. Now I notice that the email went right to my spam. So you may have to go through and say look safe to make sure it doesn't, to future messages don't go to your spam folder. But here it is. Your site says Monday, but it's not. I just want to make sure. Okay, our page is almost done, but let's just talk about a few more things that you may want to know about when you're creating your own page. First of all, let's update the footer.